remember, it was just a fight with myself to be in the team. Not thinking about anything else. To be honest, I was not thinking whether I have to do this or that to win games. To be honest, when you know that the situation is that you could be out of the team and then you'll probably never come back into the side. You want to be there and do the best you can to be in the team for the next game. So those days, team used to get picked for one test match. If you do well, you get picked for the next one. Then if you do well, then you get picked for the next one. So that exactly was the case. And first game, we lost, and luckily, as I said, I picked 4 wickets so that I could be in the team. And second game, that's where it started all. We were down in the series, and that was mighty Australian team, looking to smash us once more in Eden Garden. That game was one of those games which not just me but whole India will remember for many years to come. So if you have anything to ask about that, you can ask me. But you will probably know more about that game than me, because my memory is not as good as yours.
No, but see, I mean, it is from my side, no. I was हम तो स्कूल में पढ़ रहे थे तब, so हम लोग को कि स्कूल से मैच का स्कोर फॉलो करना पड़ा. So I was basically like, we had followed on in the first innings, and now having played the game, then I had no idea that I will go on to play, and I forget about as an off spinner. I was more of a batsman. So I was thinking, first test we didn't win it, obviously, but the second test, when Australia were maybe 280 for 8 or something like that, 240 for 8, and then they made 400. So was it like there was a feeling that we might not be able to come out of this inside the dressing room?
See, it was like, as you said, they were at 240 for 3, and then from there, I took a hat-trick, then we got back into the game, and then, of course, that was my first 5-wicket haul in Test cricket.
Was your hat-trick was in the second innings or the first innings?
First inning. So this happened in the first inning. I took a hat-trick and took my first 5-wicket haul, and in the evening, we thought, okay, we have a game in our hand. They are 280 for 8, and suddenly we didn't know that Gillespie can.
No, that's. You come back. Yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't know whether Gillespie can hang in there with Steve Waugh. So they batted well. They took the score to 400, which was like, that's a bit too much, too many runs. And then we were like a bit sad about, we let the situation go from our hand. We were right there controlling the game, but then suddenly the game disappeared from our hand once again. So, coming to the batting, again, it was one of those moments or one of those innings where everyone was not looking to get settled and they all got out, and we were very, very behind in the game, and we all thought this could be another 3.5, 4-day test match, and Australia is dominating. And but that partnership with Rahul Dravid and VVS Laxman, that's probably the best batting partnership I have ever seen. For 2.5 days, 2 days I think they batted, and as I said, I don't remember much. Maybe 1.5 day or 2 days they batted, and they didn't look like getting out, and it was incredible. And we all sat wherever we were sitting and made sure that we thought they're batting well because we are sitting in our positions. So we all feel that in cricket, right?
In fact, very, very funny that, because usually when there is a test match going on, India test match, something like that, I would take, because the test match will start on Thursday and it will go into the weekend. So I will usually try and bunk on Friday and stay back. Okay, but this test match, I think it might have fallen on weekdays. And because I went to school and Lakshman and Rahul didn't get out, I went to school again the next day so that they'll keep batting. and surprisingly, when we went into, very, very weird things. No, I mean, we tend to do that here. I'm sure everyone is superstitious.
We all do that. The people who are actually a fan of Indian cricket, they would do anything to make sure the team is playing well and team is winning all the sessions, team is winning the game. So that's what you did. Because of you went to school. So I think Rahul and Lakshman played.
Imagine how many people must have bunked school and stayed at home. But
Yeah.
you know what, Mujibur, what I remember very clearly is that in that hat trick, I mean, talking about time days, when Shane Warne hit it and Ramesh caught it, what was running through your head? There were no angles. The camera quality was very poor. The camera quality is very poor. There were no angles. Did you feel like the third umpire will uphold the decision? What did you feel? Such big crowd, such big noise.
Honestly, I'll talk to you through that hat trick. You know how it happened. First ball, Ricky Ponting got out, and then second ball, Gilchrist got out, and then third ball, when I was looking to bowl, I asked Saurav what to bowl. He said, "What do you think? What are you gonna bowl?" I said, "I'll just bowl, the Yorker kind of a ball." He looked to pad. No, those days there were no DRS. You can play with your pads a lot. A lot of the guys used to use their pads, and you appeal, and umpire says no. So I thought I'll just bowl in the stumps, fuller ball, and if he look to do, not to use the bat, maybe I'll get him out LBW. But he played that flick, and Saragopal Ramesh, or another Anna from Chennai. Normally he used to sleep in the field most of the time, and used to wake him up. But that's probably the only time he was awake to take that catch. And this hat trick, as much as this is my hat trick, this is his hat trick, because of him I got that hat trick. That ball wasn't the greatest of the ball to take the wicket, but I think a few things are destined, and that hat trick was to happen for me, and Ramesh was to take a catch. The most sleepy guy on the field would take that kind of a catch. It was unbelievable. And the kind of celebration, you must see the video again. Rahul Dravid and Ramesh, they did. As if Rahul Dravid took a hat trick. So it was like, everybody was so happy because we were just getting trashed. They were playing so beautifully, and then suddenly we were making a comeback in the game. Then everybody was really involved. You should see Rahul Dravid's emotions. How he hugged Ramesh, and how they celebrated that wicket.
No, but tell me something. This whole when things were panning out like this, when Rahul Bhai and Lakshman were batting, did it come across your head that you will go on to win that test match, or you were just watching the test match like you were going through something?
Well, we were just watching the game, and the moment we were talking about it, and somebody will come. I will not name who that somebody. They say, "Shut up. Just sit where you are and keep watching the game, and let's see what happens." And then I remember Ashish Nehra, and I think Zahir Khan. We were sitting inside. The rest of the guys were sitting outside watching the game. And I remember Saurav, before Lakshman he got out, before Rahul, I think he got out, and he came out and he sat without his t-shirt. He took his t-shirt off and he took the towel and he went out. And next day also he was sitting just with the towel. So imagine everybody was, wherever they were sitting there. And that was the kind of mood in the dressing room that, we were like so much engrossed with their batting, what they are doing. And we were not really thinking about the result, what will happen. But, as the game goes on, we were on the fifth day and we got the lead. Now we had runs on the board. There was a lot of drama in the morning. John Wright was like, when do we actually, declare now? And Saurav was like, let's get another 30. And then after getting 30, then he would come back. When? And he would say, what do you think? And somebody will say, okay, let's get another 20, maybe 25.
Yeah.
So this Australian team, they would go all out to win the game. And the kind of batting lineup they had, we thought that they might get it. So we were not really sure. But once we decided, everybody was thinking it's a bit too late. All the commentators we were hearing, it's a bit too late probably to get Australian team out in 2.5 sessions. And, but we were sure that from here onward, we will not lose the game from here. And we'll just go out there and give our best. And that was the mood. And till tea, we all thought it's going to be a draw. But
No, but there is one thing that really sticks in my head. Even now, I go back to YouTube and see this game again and again for this one incident. In that times, I did not understand the LBW rule completely. Okay, so like you said, if you put the feet forward in the front foot, if it hits your pad, even if you're deliberately leaving the ball, they would not give it out. They'd say front
yeah,
foot
most of the time they were like not out. Ball would spin, ball would not hit the stump, whatever. They might come with something. But some of the umpires, they were very strict. They would give.
No, but what happened was the last wicket, when you bowled that ball and Glenn McGrath would pad it up. I think it was Bansal, umpire Bansal, right? He lifted his finger.
Yeah, it was Bansal, sir. And
after he lifted his finger, Glenn McGrath was just rooted there as if to show that it was not out. Okay? Like to say, I have been undone. But if you keep looking at it now, it is very clear that the ball would have gone and hit the base of middle stump.
Well,
because the ball was straight in line.
It was straight in line. There was a ball was going to spin as well, and I think if I see that now, I think with DRS it would have hit the stump for sure.
It would have crashed into the stumps.
Yeah, but that's McGrath for you. Australians, they are obviously they produce a lot of the greats and they are great players, but they are very bad losers when it comes to losing a match from that situation where they were. It must have given them a hard time to come out of it.
I'm glad you brought that up, because what happened in those times was we never had neutral umpires. We always used to have maybe one neutral umpire and one local umpire. It was not as if whenever India toured New Zealand, Australia or England or anywhere that we didn't get bad decisions. It was a common thing that you did get bad decisions, and that's how it was around the world. So to actually make a big cry out of it wasn't in the right spirit in my books.
Well, that's Australian for you. When they bowl, they feel everything is out, and when they are facing it, and then they feel they are not out. So they were not really happy about most of the decisions what they got, and but this is how the game goes. And we may talk about 2008, that Sydney Test, where a lot of things gone, not in our favor. Yeah, not in our favor, but most of the things gone in Australia's favor. So a lot of people talk about that Test match as well. So these things happen in the field. Yeah, in the field, we have to accept as a player, but we don't need to keep on crying about it. I still feel there are some people, even on Twitter, they say, "Oh, Gilchrist was not out. So what? He was not out. How many times I got him out? How many times I have got him out? If not the first ball, I could have got him out on second ball, yeah."
Correct, true. And I mean, you don't have cameras where even LBWs were shown in proper way, and sometimes front foot dismissals weren't given. So these are part and parcel of the game. But just moving ahead, Bajuba, to the Chepauk Test. Now India had lost a Test match, but won a Calcutta Test match, which was like an unbelievable win. Confidence high. Maybe out of 10, India was 12, and Australia had gone down to 7 because of the way in which we won that game. I remember big crackers, big celebration all around the country, not only in Calcutta after that particular test. What was the mood like when you guys came to Chennai? How was the Indian camp or how was the Aussie camp?
Well, I don't know how was the Aussie camp, but one thing was sure, in our group, that we were very confident. If you win a game like that, you feel that you can win from any situation. And till the last ball is bowled, you can't decide whether this is going to happen or not. So you have to keep fighting to get the right result. And that game gave us so much of confidence, each and every one, that we can beat this Australian team. They are beatable. And if we can beat them like this, I'm sure if we play a little bit better cricket than what we have played in last 2 Test matches, we can definitely beat them. And that was the mood. That was the kind of spirit we all had. And not just within the team, but the whole India was certainly believing that Indian team can beat Australian team, because this Australian team was a very, very good team. They all had a lot of match winners in their team. So coming to Chepauk was, of course, one of those things that you go there, that it's going to be hot. It's going to be difficult for you to bowl long spells as a bowler. But this is what I was preparing for me to bowl 35 overs a day. How I will cope up with that kind of a heat. And yeah, it was a great test match in Chepauk. I remember, we lost the toss there again. I think we lost the toss and they batted well. Then suddenly Steve Waugh.
I think Matthew Hayden made a double hundred in that innings, no?
Yeah. First inning he got double hundred, and then second inning also he got some runs. He was the last one I think to get out. Maybe.
I'm not sure. Second innings. I think you set up a trap in deep mid wicket and caught him or something. Where he went for it, I think Zach caught the catch. I'm not too sure, but I could.
No, that was in 2004 series. Zach took a catch in Bangalore. But second inning, I don't remember how he got out. But first inning, he played a beautiful inning, 200. He was batting on different wickets and on a big guy. And I've never, till the time I saw him in Mumbai. He wasn't looking comfortable. The ball was spinning. It was like bouncing. He was getting beaten, but he didn't get out. But suddenly when Gilchrist came, he started hitting those sweep shots. And then Matthew Hayden felt that, okay, if he is hitting, then Matthew Hayden started hitting those sweeps. Then we didn't have any answer. I didn't have any answer to it. And Shiv Sundar Das, Bichara, the guy who was sitting at short leg, he was just playing, boss, mujhe chhod do yaar.
What an unbelievable close-in fielder, huh? SS Das was.
Unbelievable. Very quick. छोटू सा था ना तो घुस जाता था कहीं भी कैच पकड़ लेता.
इनफैक्ट वो एक्चुअली अच्छा बैटिंग भी किया था वो टेस्ट मैच में. मुझे याद है अभी भी कुछ 60 और 80 कुछ बनाया और पूरा स्लॉप स्वीप मार रहा था. शेन वॉन और कॉलिन मिलर था ना वो ऑफ स्पिनर.
या कॉलिन मिलर
मार रहा था. प्रॉपर 30 दे रहा था. वेरी गुड प्लेयर ऑफ स्पिन एंड वेरी इन दैट सीरीज. अब अगर आप देखें तो वो सीरीज में सब लोग ने परफॉर्म किया है. लक्ष्मण भाई, राहुल भाई, सचिन पाजी, Dada also made those 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
And you had Ramesh getting 50s and you had Shiv Sundar Das making runs. You got wickets and still that was such a close series. That's how good the Aussie team was.
Yeah, they were brilliant team. There's no doubt. And as you said, you can't win a series just with one or two guys. You have to have other guys also to be performing in the series, and that's exactly was the case. Lakshman performed, Rahul, Paji, when all the batters, they scored runs and chipped in with a small little contribution so that we can get to the stage where we can actually go on to win the test match. So.
Stuck again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can, Bajuba. Go on. I can hear you.
Are you there?
Yeah.
So that test match, I remember in Chepauk, that Matthew Hayden got 200. Then Steve Waugh was the one who should be the culprit. I feel
handling the ball, no?
Handling the ball. He got out, and I didn't know. I bowled a ball, and suddenly I was appealing for the leg before, and umpire shook his head and said, "No, not out." And I was just like this. And suddenly Rahul Dravid comes in, out. I said, "Hey, how come?" So then they said, handling the ball. And I didn't know what is handling the ball, man.
No, actually, you go back and see that video. I clearly remember, as soon as Steve Waugh did that handling the ball, Rahul Bhai will appeal with so much of intensity. Like he'll appeal. And after he gets the wicket, he'll do all the fist pumps and all that. It'll be like, when you watch it, you'll know that other people have lost. And only Rahul Bhai.
I was wondering what happened. And I didn't know what was handling the ball, to be honest, and what that rule was. And suddenly, you remove Steve Waugh, and then you know that open a gate for you. Then there was an opportunity for you to get a couple of wickets and come back into the game. And from there onwards, Ricky Ponting came, and then he got out on the first ball, and then all the batters, they couldn't play me as well as Matthew Hayden was playing. So though they scored a lot of runs, but I think we played better in Chennai than in Calcutta, and we competed well in the first inning. And second inning, obviously we got them under control. We got them out early, and it was not a massive total to chase, 150 odd. I think
130, 140 odd, no?
130, 140. I thought, okay, now we should be able to chase this and we'll win the series. But I never knew that I have to go out and bat and to hit those 2 runs to win the series. And I was so nervous, and all I was just praying that I should not go for bat. I should not go to bat. Please, guys, finish the game. I should not go there.
No, just last couple of questions when we wind up. That catch of Mark Waugh where he took Lakshman at short mid wicket. Do you remember the catch? Which turned the game around?
Yeah. And Ashwin was batting really well.
Yes, he was batting on 50-60 odd.
Yeah.
And I think that turned the game around. And Mark Waugh, he'll take a blinder one-handed if I'm not wrong. But do you remember this other incidents, Bajupa, between yourself and Sairaj Bahutule? Because that is... I thought you might not remember, but what
I dropped a catch. I remember I dropping a catch of Matthew Hayden on Sairaj Bahutule's bowling.
Correct.
And I was really disappointed that.
So what will happen? My father and I will be at the ground. And
okay. You were there in the ground?
Sorry.
You saw that game in the ground?
I've never missed a test match in Chennai. Either I played or watched. So
wow.
So he will. I think off your bowling, I think Gillespie will slog one straight up. And Bahutule will take the catch.
So I think it was Colin Miller. I think Miller slogged up in the air.
Maybe the batsman, I'm wrong, but Bahutule will take the catch and you will go to him and you will tap him and say kind of sorry and all that.
Yeah.
Will immediately see that's the sportsman spirit. He takes the catch, he dropped it off his bowling, but they've got along well. That's how you should be and sort of thing. I mean, very into your head.
I was kind of disappointed. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed to drop the catch, and Sairaj was obviously working really hard from the other end, and he was not getting as much success as I was getting in terms of wickets. But you can't just say that I took the wicket and I've done well. But I think it was Siraj and other bowlers also. They put a lot of pressure on the batsmen so that they can go after me, and I was the one to take those wickets. But I think it was a team game. Siraj bowled well, Nilesh bowled well, and Zach, whatever little he bowled, he bowled well. I think it was a complete test match where everyone chipped in with their performances. Sometimes small little performances you don't see it.
Okay.
Someone take a brilliant catch. Someone like Mark Waugh you were talking about. If Australia was going to win that test match, that could have been the key point.
The turning point.
Yeah, the turning point. And, sometimes you save a boundary for your team. Those could be those 2 runs, the difference in the end. So, I was disappointed, but at the same time, Sairaj told me, nahi, koi baat nahi, chalo, chodo. And he was my room partner. And he didn't mention that, even in the later part, when we came to the room. Sairaj was really happy that we won the match. So, but the only thing I was scared of, Ashwin, I didn't want to bat in that game. I was just praying, God, please, koi to jaye or run bana de, bas. I should not go and bat.
I totally understand, especially when you're batting at the lower order, it's very, very difficult, especially closing out games. But Bajuba, before, listening
and those days I didn't bat, and I used to be scared from the ball. And
no, but I remember you making a 50 against West Indies a little later at Chepa.
Yeah, because I was saving myself. I was swinging hard and I was connecting everything. It was one of those my good days. I didn't took my batting seriously those days, and those were very early days. And then only after 2002 or 3, then I thought that okay, I might be able to contribute even with the bat as well. So let's take it a little serious.
Okay, Bajuba, it is wonderful listening to you on this series. It's one of those series where it turned my life upside down. Okay, it is very hard to tell what sort of an impact it left on people like me. But listening to you on that has been surreal. It's a great experience, but I'm not letting you go that fast. Okay, you have been on rocking mode, especially on Twitter during the IPL days when you're playing for CSK. Okay, so they call you with a name called Harbhajan Singh. Do you know what that signifies?
Harbhajan Singh, no.
Harbhajan Singh means there is a
Tirukul. Correct. I know.
So because you put some of his quotes and you also put it's called Kural. Tirukural's Kural. Okay,
Okay, yeah. I've done one of the series as well where I'm giving a lot of the gyan on.
Correct. So they nicknamed you as Harbhajan Singh.
Harbhajan
plus
Singh.
Harbhajan equal to Harbhajan Singh. Okay.
Harbhajan.
So a lot of the audience would